Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. Don't forget to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV and tweet me at Rhina Valentin. So, from July 25th through August 20th, Hip to Hip Theater Company will present their 11th season of Free Shakespeare in the Park. Henry IV, Part 1, The Prince, The Rebel, and Measure for Measure will be on tour in 12 parks throughout the 5 boroughs. And joining us now to tell us about this summer show and more, we welcome the Managing Director at Hip to Hip Theater Company, Guy Ventolier.
Said perfectly.
Yeah, thank you. You already knew what was coming.
I knew it was coming.
Like I said, Ventolier.
Like I said last year, every year it gets better, and this year it was the best. So, very
Welcome.
good. Thank you very much.
Again, and
Thanks.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
making a difference with this amazing historical poetry that everyone should see.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here in the Bronx as well, you know. So let's talk about your journey thus far.
Sure. I think I told you the first season, I mean, when we first started, it was 2 performances in one place for 800 people. Now we're going to all 5 boroughs. We'll probably perform to about 9,000 people this year. Last year we almost hit 8,000. A lot of rain last year, so it was hard hitting the numbers we wanted. And we're you know, at a 6-figure budget. We have 3 apprentice actors that help out. We have 4 people in production. I think I got 7 or 8 interns, many in the past from Lehman College actually here. And the age span of the actors go from retired to a beautiful 9-year-old girl named Sabrina Moore, and I had to mention her name.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, we love, you know, the next generation,
Yes.
and especially they're into Shakespeare already.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let's talk about how you got here. Let's talk about how you got to where you are.
Sure. I mean, it was a lot of hard work, and really Jason Moore, who's the artistic director, was doing a lot to get it on the ground and touring the parks. And initially it was only in Queens. I came aboard as that extra hand, fill the void, and added a lot of the technical features. Now we have a 2-story set, all the actors are mic'd, and we have lighting, and just very diligent in the fundraising and you know, reaching out to people. Jason really built a good board. I recently got Gabourey Sidibe, the Oscar-nominated actress from Precious, to be on the board because I knew her previously. I was a director here at Lehman College as well. For her very first play she ever did. So, you know, it's slow and steady wins the pace and wins the race, and I think we're doing a really great job.
That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're kind of introducing new things that wouldn't normally be seen within our urban culture, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of known already in Central Park, but now you're bringing it into the outer boroughs, and I understand you've extended it to Staten Island.
Yes, Staten Island, absolutely. We last year, the first place was extending it to the Bronx.
Right.
My home.
Yay.
Right. Of
You
course.
wanna
Favoritism. Yes, favoritism. And then naturally we had to go to Brooklyn, and then this year we extended it to Staten Island. You know, it's funny. New York Times wrote an article about us a while back and said that we were proudly carrying the mantle of Joseph Papp by bringing Shakespeare to the neighborhoods where people live and die. And Joseph Papp is the person that started the public theater. You know, initially that was the mission there too, and we want to just carry on that mission. We want to make Shakespeare accessible to the masses, and especially those neighborhoods that don't have a lot of access to the arts.
So what kind of responses have you been getting, let's say, having experienced last year here in the Bronx?
Oh, well, I mean, it's just wonderful. I mean, a lot of people have approached me about going to additional parks. And you know, it's hard because it takes a lot of money and a lot of effort to just do what we do for the month. Plus we're under certain contracts that only allow the actors to perform a certain amount of time. But we're working very diligently to try to expand that as well. But you know, we just get more and more press. We get more and more people that want to volunteer and get involved. We have a pre-show for children that you know, sometimes there's 40 kids getting exposed to Shakespeare at a location, and it's just a wonderful and fulfilling experience.
That's what I guess I'm curious to know is like the audience response, right? Because it's a foreign language in a sense if you've never read a Shakespeare book. So I'm just curious to know, like, have you spoken to audience members that have never, like, what is their response?
Well, it's always, a lot of times we're performing to people that don't see a lot of Shakespeare. And so they're actually surprised that they understand it more than they thought they did, because their first exposure to Shakespeare is from reading it in a book. And it, as you know, it wasn't meant to be read, it was meant to be performed. And naturally, when you have that personal contact, you could just relate better and understand better. And we try to also make it more accessible to a modern day audience.
So let's talk about how you choose the stories each year.
Well,
Or do we relate them to our
sometimes. Sometimes. But we didn't do Julius Caesar like the public did.
Yeah, I know. Scandal.
Yes, I know. Yes.
We love that.
Yes.
Oh, you're going to see my daughter's invitation.
Oh, I want to see it after. Show me. Well, we have a wonderful dramaturg, and I'd love to mention her name too, Adriana Alter. She's just a brilliant addition to Hip a few years ago. And then there's many more people on the team that I really should be mentioning. But she works with Jason Moore, the artistic director, to choose the plays. And we try to pick two plays that, really complement each other. I stay out of that. I don't choose them. But we are running out of plays to do because we've almost done the canon.
Right.
You know?
So what are you going to rotate it
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, we'll repeat.
Yeah.
We repeated As You Like It last year. Actually, that was the first one. And I'm certain that next year we'll probably maybe repeat one of the comedies probably.
So with regards to assistants and anybody who wants to join your cause, because I understand you're seeking interns, right?
Yeah, we're always looking for people that are going to help out, that have a passion for theater and for what we do. We're
What
also
about the actors?
The actors. If you go to hiptohip.org, you can email. I'm there. Jason Moore's there. You can, or just a regular email. You can email us, and we'll definitely put you on a list. We'll get your resume and picture, and we'll call you in on an audition, and for the troupe. And all the actors do both plays.
Nice.
And we have apprenticeship programs. Like if you're a recent college graduate, you can also take some of the smaller parts and then help out with production and learn about that as well. And if you want to volunteer or intern, same thing. We're also looking for a director of children's theater right now because, as you know, we have a pre-show for the kids in the classics program. So our wonderful director got married, and so now we need another one.
Right.
So if you're interested, email me and we'll.
What's the age range?
The age range of the kids, it's actually on here, so hold on. But it's around 4 to 12.
Oh, so we're talking toddlers to like.
Yeah, it's all different ages.
Tweens.
Yeah, and it
Okay.
depends on where you go. Like we'll open in Flushing Meadows, and it'll be all ages. Then we'll, like in Sunnyside Gardens Park, it'll be 9-year-olds.
Sounds fun though.
So.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and just the visual. I just got the visual. Okay, so once again, before we go, when do we open? What parks are we going?
We're opening this Tuesday in Flushing Meadows, but we're at Van Cortlandt Park in the Bronx this Sunday on the 30th. So please come. There's a pre-show for kids. You can go to hiptohip.org and see all of our parks, the dates, the times, and we have rain dates just in case.
Yay! All right, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you again for having me.
All right, you guys, once again, be sure to catch the showing of Henry IV right here in the Bronx at Van Cortlandt Park on Sunday, July 30th at 6:30 p.m. And for more information on everything we discussed, be sure to visit hiptohip.org. Okay, we're taking a quick break, but before we do, local Bronx Latina Saudi Tejada completed the 17th annual NYC 2XU NYC Triathlon, and we're going to take a look at that.
The New York City Triathlon takes place there with a swim in the Hudson, a bike ride up the Hudson River Parkway, and a run in Central Park.
And there's a little part where they'll be visiting the Bronx, right at the turnaround point on the bike on Meshulo Parkway and Gun Hill. And that section right there is such a great spot for cheering. And I've done it for the past several years in my cheerleading outfit. And I encourage people to go there and welcome these athletes to the Bronx and show them how it's done in the Bronx and really motivate them and encourage them to finish this race. It's not always easy, especially for those that are, doing this for the first time.
After not being able to compete in the 2012 and 2013 NYC Triathlon, Sadi Tahada believes that the third time's the charm.
I mean, I've been doing triathlons for over 6 years, but I did the New York City course back in 2012, and I actually experienced a flat tire on my way out of transition, and I didn't know how to change a tire. It took me forever with the help and guidance of volunteers on the sideline because they can't assist you, and I lost so much time on my overall time, and it was just harsh on me. And then the next year, in 2013, I signed up for the race again, and I actually got into a bike accident like a month before the race. So right now I am here, 2017, and I am back for vengeance. Like, I want to give it all I have, and I really, really want to rock this course.
Saudi participated in the 17th annual NYC Triathlon to prepare for the upcoming Ironman race. The Bronx native woke up weekdays before work and 4 a.m. on Saturdays in preparation for the race. But for Saudi, conquering her biggest fear made the race an accomplishment.
I was on a swim team in high school, and I was still fearful of the ocean. I thought there were sharks everywhere. I joined the team to really overcome my fears. You have to really just get out there, and the more familiar you are with the territory, the better it is. But it was really hard at the beginning to confront my fears.
She swam 0.93 miles in the Hudson River, biked 24.85 miles on the Henry Hudson Parkway, and ran 6.2 miles to cross the finish line in Central Park.
It's the greatest feeling in the world I can't explain how it feels to cross that finish line. You put so much work throughout the year, and this is your victory dance, and to find, to see the outcome of it, to finish strong, and the key is really to finish safe and sound.
Little did Sadi know, she placed third in the women's division with over 4,000 athletes competing. She finished strong with the time of 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 5 seconds. Saudi wants to be an example for people of color who reside in the Bronx to encourage them to participate in triathlons, marathons, or any fitness events. Saudi is competing in the Ironman Triathlon this weekend. For BronxNet, Tatiana Parrish.